Welcome, Prabha. Happy New Year to you.
Welcome, Vijay. Happy New Year, Vijay. Good to
Thank you.
see you again.
So the last conversation that we had, it was about the ability to perceive the unexpressed. Now, this particular thing was coming under a topic called Kuda Nattu, that's Adhikaram. And I was thinking that probably we should go a little deeper into that through Kural number 827. Here, Valluvar gives a fantastic example of a behavior of someone which doesn't really go in sync with their actual intention. So the Kural goes like this. The Kural says, Sol vanakkam, onnarkan kollarka, vil vanakkam, தீங்கு குறித்தமை யான். So the literal meaning of this is like this. When you have somebody who is communicating in a very subservient language or using the body language, like, bowing themselves and sort of treating you with more than necessary respect and reverence, for example. Valluvar says this is exactly like what a bow does. When the bow is pulled, when it wants to attack, right, it basically bends itself. And as much as it bends, the tail of the arrow goes behind. So it gets lots of momentum when it is released and hits the target and damages the target. So Valluvar brings in a fantastic example here, saying that the person who is actually displaying that subservience, both in body as well as in words, is doing exactly like what the bow does and creates more damages for us. So that's the thing that he's using. Now, let's look at the history. We have seen so many leaders, so many kings, and if you look at it, what brought them down? Invariably, it would point to a circle of sycophants. So there will be so much of the people who are sort of giving the king what he's supposed to hear rather than what he needs to know. To the end of it, it basically brings the king down. So this came out very, very strong in this particular Kural, Prabha. I thought I'll bring it up for this conversation today and check with you on your views about this.
Wow, thank you very much, Vijay. Thank you very much. Valluvar is, as always, so clearly reminding us to have the wisdom to determine who is friends, who are enemies. In the military warship, we have a system we call IFF, Identification of Friends or Foe.
Beautiful.
Here Valluvar is telling, just because the person in front of us perhaps seems to be overly obedient or overly respectful, be careful. And I love that, and I have seen in my own personal experience in business partnership where sometimes the partners seems to be so respectful. Their choice of words are so polite. And sometimes listening to them, the listener becomes victim of the short-term pleasure that it gives. I think this Kural is a great reminder that just because the other party is bowing or showing so much of reverence, so much of respect, don't become victim of what could be a potential hidden agenda. It's a great way to start a new year for us to be aware of these enemies who may be hidden in many other beautiful forms. Thanks for this wonderful Kural.
Excellent, Prabha. I like that IFF. You talked about identify, friend, or foe. That's a very powerful acronym that we could use it. Thank you very much, Prabha, and see you next time.
Thank you, Vijay.